Hey guys, Dr. Gobe here again. Today we're going to come back to one of my favorite much covered topics, mindfulness. I don't think I've brought it up lately, at least not too much, but we talked a lot about it way back in the beginning of the videos. I gave a couple practice mindfulness meditations that you can do, and I think it's time that we circle back around and talk about it again. I have noticed lately that anytime you ask someone about how they're doing or what's going on in their life, or you bring up mental health with them, you typically then go into some kind of conversation about stress. It can be any number of different stresses, but stress is usually involved somehow. Not always, but a big cause of stress is when we are too much up here and not enough actually in our lives. We're all caught up in our head thinking about coulda, woulda, shoulda, what happened already, what might happen in the future, what we feel like we should do, what we want to happen, all these other things, and we're stuck up here instead of being out here actually living what is happening. So once you have done all of your mindfulness practices and you feel confident in your ability to sit in the present moment, I guess even if you don't feel confident, it's good to go ahead and get out and start practicing incorporating it into your daily life. Being mindfully present in your life as things are happening. So mindfully present as you're playing with your son, mindfully present as you're at work, actually being in the moment and living your life as it's happening instead of constantly being up here. This doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to be happy with what's happening, but at least you're living what is happening instead of constantly thinking about what might happen in the future or how you would like things to be different. If there are things that you want to and are able to change in your life, by all means work towards that, but that doesn't mean you should stop living the life that you currently have. So, keep practicing your little mindfulnesses, the exercises to build that skill, but also start incorporating it into your daily life. Another important thing to remember is that there is no right way to do mindfulness. So this is most easily explained when we're talking about the practices. I obviously advocate for the guided practices where you have someone leading you, only because I think it's a good way to sort of dip your toe in and get an idea of what mindfulness is. Once you sort of have that idea though, if you find that it is easier to practice just by yourself without any kind of guide or audio recording leading you, that is totally fine. You do mindfulness the way that it works for you. There's no right or wrong way. It's all about what works for you. We just want to get you out of your head and back into your life. So do your practices and start incorporating it into your daily life. It's not a magic sword or anything like that, so it's not going to cure stress, but it will help reduce it, especially over time as you get better at it, as you start living your life as it is without spending so much time up here. Again, as I always say, therapy is a great place to learn about mindfulness, to practice mindfulness, and also to be held accountable. Mindfulness is new for most of us, and so it's really easy to stay strong with it for a short time and then sort of slide back right into what you were doing before, getting stuck up here and right back into those old ways. So, can't hurt to go to therapy, can't hurt to try it out yourself. Again, whatever works for you. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the week.